We're just going to get through this rough stretch here on the odds logic screen. Tennessee, 1 win on the season. Cleveland got 1 win there versus the Raiders. A lot of people backed him yesterday. I know huge steam came in on Cleveland early in the week with no avail. I was not impressed by this Cleveland Browns team in the slightest. I feel like they didn't quit per se. They weren't able to get anything going against the Niners. Is that more of a testament to this Niners team?
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. What was wrong with Cleveland yesterday was their special team. Their special teams had a truly disastrous day. When you're a bad team as an underdog, what you can't do is take kickoffs, run out of bounds at the 5-yard line. You can't muff punts. There were 3 different special teams miscues for Cleveland yesterday, all of which led to San Francisco points, and you can't do that. And, of course, when things went south, they went south. The Browns aren't a team that's really capable. When it was almost like the sense of we talked about the Minnesota being down 10-0 and the game's over. Cleveland's not a team that's going to rally from any double-digit deficits. They did it once this year. That was when Joe Flacco was at QB. Look headline here: Browns -3.5, 34.5. Look at that total. My powering number is Cleveland 4.5 for this ball game, which tells you what I think about Tennessee. Markets open. There were 3.5s and 4s last night. 33.5 this total. And that's what we're seeing this morning: 3.5s and 4s. I don't think the market's going up. When you look at Cleveland, I'm not saying that I don't think there's a lot of people that are going to go, yeah, let's lay 4 with the Browns and ask them to win by 5 or more. So that means, Dan, this is one where we can actually get together and put an emergency betting alert in place, even though my powering number said this should be higher. If you want the Titans, you can get a +4 now. I'm not convinced it's going to be there later in the week. So Tennessee plus the 4. And it's another game for Tennessee where just bizarre game plan. Cam Ward, 41 dropbacks to pass. In those 41 dropbacks, he netted 121 yards. And they ran the ball 14 times. 67 yards rushing. They ran the ball 6 effectively, and they just didn't do it much. I've said it all year. I continue to say it. The issue in Tennessee is an offensive line problem. And Ward now has 10 games this season in which he's been sacked at least 3 times. The only quarterback in NFL history to be sacked more than 3 times in more than 10 games in a season. Warren Moon in 1984. So it doesn't happen a lot. Defense didn't force any turnovers. They didn't hold Jacksonville to 2.6 yards per rush and 4.8 yards per play. But remember, Tennessee's supposed to be an 0-12 team right now. Their only win came in Arizona. That was a game where the Cardinals were up 21-6, and DeMarcado had the 72-yard touchdown where let's put the ball over the goal line and say, let's fumble it through the end zone. And Tennessee stole it, 22-21. Arizona gave it to them. That's the only win they have this year. 7th straight loss, 11th consecutive loss at home. The fans, booing early and often for Tennessee. I think it's good for them to get out of town. Mike McCoy, we got to do a better job all around. It was sloppy. I'll say 2 things right at the top. Number 1, buying picks isn't for everyone. I get it. I appreciate you watching the show. I'm not going to hard sell you on buying picks. People are interested at times to get on board. And if you want to get on board, and secondly, this hasn't been my best NFL season, not by a long shot. Wasn't a great weekend. That said, I put the work in. I'm confident we're going to make money down the stretch. I've had plenty of success in the postseason. The Super Bowl prop reports have been legendary. And you can get it all right now. Every play, every day through the Super Bowl. There's no nonsense. There's no bait and switch. Everything's included. You get it for $199 on my page. And if you use the code CYBER20 at checkout, you can take additional 20% off. So you get every NFL play through the Super Bowl, everything included, $199 on my homepage, wt.buzz/TC, and then take extra 20% off using promo code CYBER20. I encourage you, if you want to partner up, let's do it. Now's the chance to get on board for the discounted price. I'm hungry, I'm motivated, I'm focused, and I expect to make money. So I get it. It's not for everyone. And then there's no hard sell. If you don't want to buy, it's fine. Please like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate it. But if you want to get on board, today's the deal to do it. Cyber Monday. And we put together a great offer. Thanks to the staff back in Detroit for putting this together. $199 full season and take 20% off.
That is coupon code CYBER20 to get an additional 20% off over at WagerTalk.com. Today only before midnight.
The Rams and the Cardinals. Look at a line here, 8.5, 47.5. LA favored. My powering numbers are Rams 9.5. The market's open 7.5 and 48. The 7.5s, there's still some out there. Let's do one more emergency betting alert. This is real. One more. If you like the Rams, I bet them sooner rather than later. Again, my number's 9.5. The market's open 7.5. There are still 7.5s out there. The markets have moved. Markets are moving to 8. So if you want LA, lay 7.5. The current number, that'll be the best you're likely to get. Byron Young after the game said it was a humbling experience. Quote, I just feel like this is a wake-up call, something you just need to learn from. I definitely think it's something we needed, but I don't look at it as a bad thing. I just look at that as motivation, something I'm glad it happened. We needed this. Jared Verse. I don't think we came in as high as we should have. I didn't think we do the things we need to do. Too many people thought of this game as one of those games where you just kind of jump out of your gaps, do what you have to do. That's not what it is. It doesn't matter. We've got to be better than that. Matthew Stafford, quote, obviously we're not going to win a whole lot of games when I turn it over 3 times. It hasn't been an issue, and I don't expect it to be moving forward. So Stafford saying, pay attention to us. We'll be fine. We're motivated this week. And Arizona, I'll give Arizona credit. Jacoby Brissett was brilliant again yesterday. 300 passing yards. They didn't quit. They were down 17-3. His only interception, you can't blame him for that pass, man. That was an unbelievable play. 7 different receivers for Arizona caught at least 2 passes. They opened up for Bam Knight. Bam Knight got 5.6 yards per rush. They outgained Tampa by 100 yards. They had 1.4 yards per play. They've outgained their opponents 5 times in their 9 losses. And, of course, they continue to find ways to lose games tight. They did that again yesterday, and they do that again here. The emergency betting alert for the LA Rams won't help you a whole lot because Arizona's hang tough. But I feel like at some point the Cardinals are going to let go of the rope a little bit, but they haven't yet. And we have to give credit to Jonathan Gannon and his staff for keeping them competitive. Even yesterday in a spot where they easily could have laid down. Brissett was solid. The defense was solid. And in many ways, Arizona was a better 2 teams, even though they did not win the game in straight-up fashion.